Welcome everyone to another episode of Product Mastery in the age of AI and ChatGPT. I am Madhumita Mantri, your host. I'm a content creator and a product manager working in Bay Area at Walmart Marketplace. Today I am diving into a topic that's transforming how we innovate and build products. And the episode name is AI Democratization. We often hear that AI is expensive, complicated, and reserved for only tech giants, but that's no longer true. Right now, a wave of accessible tools is leveling the playing field, enabling individuals and small businesses to innovate with the AI without needing a PhD in machine learning. In this episode, you will learn what exactly AI democratization mean, why it's critical to product success, how you can leverage these accessible tools even if you're not technical, and how real businesses are thriving by adopting a no code or low code approach to AI. By the end, you will have practical ideas to reflect on and immediately apply to your ventures and many more. So let's get started. I'm very thankful to Google Notebook LM. The next part of my podcast segments are designed by Notebook LM Audio, text to audio feature, and stay tuned and listen in for all the key focus areas I just mentioned. It's going to be very interesting and hope you enjoy the session and hope to meet you in one of my future podcast sessions. Thank you.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're jumping into something called AI democratization.
Right.
Think about how powerful computing, powerful AI used to be just for the really big players.
The tech giants.
Exactly. Well, this is about how those capabilities are, opening up for everyone.
Yeah, becoming much more accessible.
And our aim in this deep dive is really to help you understand how you can start using these tools, even if you're not a coder.
Absolutely. We've looked at some fascinating material on this, and it's not just that it's happening, but critically, how you can actually leverage it now.
Okay.
So we'll cover what it actually means, why it's so important right now for product success generally.
And the practical side.
Oh yeah, very
Yeah.
practical. How you can use these tools, focusing on the no-code, low-code options.
Good.
Plus, we've got some really cool real-world examples. Businesses already doing this.
Fantastic. So by the end, you listening should have some solid ideas to maybe try out yourself.
That's the plan.
All right, let's start right at the beginning. AI democratization. Sounds a bit, I don't know, buzzwordy. What is it really?
It does sound a bit grand, maybe. But the core idea is pretty simple. It's about breaking down the barriers.
Barriers.
Yeah, the walls that used to keep advanced AI tools, the data you need for them, the actual expertise.
Keeping them locked away with the big companies.
Exactly. The ones with the huge resources, the deep pockets. Democratization is about making all that stuff, the tools, the data, the knowledge available much more widely to everyone, really.
Okay, so how does that actually happen? Like, what does it look like on the ground? Any examples?
Sure. It's happening in a few key ways.
Hmm.
First, think about no-code platforms.
Like Bubble or Zapier, things like that.
Precisely. Bubble, Make, Zapier, they're increasingly building AI features right in, like pre-made modules.
So you can just drag and drop AI into your workflow.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need to write complex code to get, say, automated analysis or maybe generate some text content.
Interesting. What else?
Then you've got the whole open source world. Think Hugging Face or Spacey for language stuff.
Right. Community sharing models and code.
Exactly. Pre-trained models you can just grab, loads of community support. It lowers the entry bar significantly.
Okay.
And finally, the big cloud players, AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, they offer tons of ready-made AI services through APIs.
APIs.
Nice.
So like software plugs.
That's a great way to put it. Plugs for things like image recognition, understanding text sentiment, you name it. You can add these AI smarts to your own apps, often with very little or sometimes even no coding.
So for you listening, the big shift here and the material we looked at really hammers this home is that a single person, maybe you, with a good idea,
Hmm.
can now build a working AI prototype, something that just a few years back would have needed a whole team of data scientists.
Absolutely. It's a massive mindset shift, too. Not just the tools, but the ability to quickly knock together a simple AI proof of concept. See if it works.
It's about rapid prototyping becoming possible for anyone.
Exactly. Which leads us neatly into why this is such a big deal right now. It's not just some trend, it's really enabling innovation.
Okay, so why the urgency? Why is understanding this critical now if you're building something?
Well, there are a few really compelling reasons.
Mm-hmm.
First off, speed.
Speed to market.
Yeah. Getting from that initial idea to a working prototype. Startups, small teams, they can slash that time. We're talking maybe days instead of months.
Wow, okay. That's huge.
It is. Then there's cost. It's just way more efficient.
How so?
You can play around with these pre-built models, these low-cost APIs, without needing that huge upfront investment in, say, hiring specialist AI engineers right at the start.
So you can experiment more cheaply.
Much more cheaply. And maybe the biggest reason, competitive edge.
Ah, okay. How does democratization give you an edge?
Because you can use AI insights to create much more personalized user experiences.
Yeah.
And products that do that well, they tend to see way better customer engagement, better loyalty.
The sources we reviewed made a really strong point about this leveling the playing field.
Definitely.
It mentioned how, smaller businesses using these tools can actually get results that used to be only possible for the giants.
Mm-hmm. Like the example of a local mom and pop shop.
Yeah. Being able to set up personalized recommendations, maybe, something Amazon used to own.
Exactly that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Using accessible AI. It's totally possible now.
Okay, so the potential is clear. Which brings us to the big question for our listeners. How do you actually do it? How can you start using this stuff?
Right, the practical steps. Let's
Yeah.
get into that.
Where does someone even begin? If they're thinking, okay, I'm interested, but I'm no AI expert, what's step one?
Step one, before anything else, is to pinpoint a really specific, tangible problem. Or maybe an opportunity.
In their own work.
Yeah, in your business, your workflow. Is there something super repetitive that eats up time? Like answering the same customer emails over and over.
Or maybe managing inventory, like you said.
Could be. Or predicting demand, understanding customer feedback. Just find one specific, well-defined thing where you think, maybe AI could help here.
Okay, focus is key. So you've identified a problem. What next? Finding the tools.
Exactly. Now you start exploring those no-code and low-code platforms you mentioned.
Zapier, Bubble.
Those are great examples. Think about your specific problem. If it's automating email replies, maybe Zapier connecting to something like ChatGPT is the way to go.
Makes sense.
If you want to build a simple web app that has some AI smarts baked in, maybe Bubble is a better fit. The idea is to look for platforms with those pre-built AI integrations or easy ways to connect to those cloud APIs.
Got it. So you pick a tool, start building something. What's the mindset people should have then? Is it about perfection?
Oh, definitely not perfection. Not at first, anyway. The absolute key, emphasized in everything we read, is iteration, experimentation.
Very small.
Start small. Build what they call a minimum viable product, an MVP.
Right, the MVP. Just the basic version.
Just a core function.
Yeah.
Get something working, even if it only tackles part of the problem. And then, crucially, get feedback.
From users
Yeah.
or your team.
Both. See how it works in the real world. Is it actually helping? Is it easy to use? The beauty of democratized AI is that you can afford to experiment quickly and tweak things based on that feedback.
That makes a lot of sense. And there was another really key insight in the material for listeners, wasn't there, about the user experience?
Yes, absolutely critical.
Yeah.
Don't get so carried away with the cool AI tech that you forget the person using it.
Just because you can add complex AI doesn't mean you should.
Exactly. If it makes the product confusing or clunky, it's counterproductive. Keep it simple, keep it transparent, keep it user-friendly, especially at the start. That's how you get adoption.
Good advice. Okay, maybe some concrete examples would help bring this all home.
Yeah, definitely. The sources had some great ones. Let's dive into those.
Perfect. I always find real stories make things click. What have you got?
Okay, first up, there was this microbrew coffee roaster.
Yeah.
A small outfit.
Right.
They wanted to get smarter about their coffee bean inventory. Stop waste, basically. So they started using a no-code analytics tool.
One with AI built in.
Yeah, it had AI forecasting features. And the results were pretty striking.
How striking.
Within 1 week, just a week, they cut their bean waste by 30%
Yeah.
and totally streamlined their restocking.
Wow. 30% waste reduction in a week without needing data scientists.
Exactly. No data scientist needed. That's a real impact on their bottom line.
Incredible. What's another one?
There was also this boutique marketing agency. Actually, it was just a solo freelancer.
Okay. One-person shop.
Right. And they were drowning in writing client proposals.
Yeah.
Just couldn't keep up.
I can imagine.
So they started using ChatGPT to help draft them. They'd feed it the key info, client, project scope.
And it would spit out a first draft?
A solid first draft, yeah.
Yeah.
Which they'd then polish up.
Uh-huh.
The result, they doubled their client base in 6 months.
Doubled. Just from automating proposal drafts. That's amazing productivity gain.
Isn't it? Shows the leverage you can get.
Definitely. Got one more for us.
Yeah, one more. An independent online course creator. They wanted to make their courses stickier, more personalized.
Yeah.
So they used a low-code tool to build an AI quiz generator.
AI quizzes. How did that work?
Based on the students' answers, the AI would suggest what they should focus on next, personalized recommendations.
Adaptive learning.
Kind of, yeah. And it worked. They saw course completion rates go up, student satisfaction went up too.
These are great examples. They really show it's not just theory.
Not at all.
And the big takeaway, reading between the lines of the material, is that getting this kind of value from AI, it's not about having a PhD anymore.
Exactly. That old barrier, the need for deep technical skills, it's crumbling fast.
It really feels like a shift in power.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, okay, hearing those stories, let's bring it back to you listening right now. How can you take some immediate action? What's the next step?
Right. Let's make it super practical. First step. Just pause and think about your own work, your own business. Can you identify, say, 3 tasks?
3 things that are maybe repetitive, time-consuming, or involve juggling lots of data. Yeah. Just jot them down. Don't overthink it.
Okay, got your list. Now, look at those 3 and pick one.
Which one?
The one that bugs you the most. Or the one where even a little improvement would make a big difference.
Focus again.
Focus. Then do a bit of digging online. Research some no-code or low-code AI tools that might, just might, be able to help with that specific task.
Any suggestions on where to start looking?
The sources suggested that for many businesses, looking into AI chatbots for handling those common customer questions is often a really good, manageable first step.
Okay, could be a good starting point. So,
Yeah.
you find a tool that looks promising, then what? Jump in.
Sort of. Implement a really basic version first. Don't try to build the all-singing, all-dancing solution immediately.
Keep it simple. Proof of concept.
Exactly. Get something running, and then this is vital. Get that feedback quickly.
Ask people.
Ask people. Is it saving time? Is it actually helpful? Is it easy to use? Measure that initial impact, figure out what's not quite right, and then iterate.
Tweak it, improve it.
Small steps.
Yeah.
Improve based on what you learn. And there is a really practical tip in the material about tracking this, right?
Yes. Keep a simple log, like a spreadsheet or even just a document. Note down what you tried,
What worked, what didn't.
what worked, what bombed, how users reacted. That reflection is gold. It helps you make smarter choices next time you want to try adding some AI.
Makes total sense. Learn as you go.
Precisely.
Okay.
So wrapping things up a bit, AI democratization, it's genuinely changing the landscape.
Yeah, really feels like it.
It's giving individuals, small teams, smaller companies, these incredible opportunities to use AI power without needing massive budgets or, an army of PhDs.
It's about access. Access to automation for those annoying tasks, access to deeper customer insights, access to creating those personalized experiences we talked about.
Right. It lets you focus more on your actual business, your core mission, instead of getting totally bogged down in complex tech stuff.
Which is incredibly empowering.
It really is. And maybe a final thought to leave people mulling over. Given that these AI capabilities are now so much more accessible, how could you apply them in a unique way? Maybe create something totally new, or dramatically improve something that already exists, but in a way no one's thought of yet.
That's a great question. The potential feels wide open.
It really does.
Definitely something to chew on. Okay, well, if you listening found this deep dive useful, maybe sparked some ideas,
We hope so.
please do consider subscribing and maybe share it with others who might be interested in how things are changing with AI. We really want to help people navigate this stuff.
Yeah, spread the word.
And hey, we genuinely love to hear from you. If you start experimenting with some of these AI tools, tell us about it. Connect with us. Share what you're learning.
Definitely. We're all figuring this out together.
Absolutely. Thanks for tuning in to The Deep Dive.